Hello. Hello. Hello everyone. Wait lang. Wala. Hello.
Make more time. Make more time. Make more time. Make more time.
Ay, hello. Bakit may error? Wow, bongga pang streaming. Thank you so much, Jerome. Jerome, we will be having our orientation on portfolio. So, might as well baka gusto mo lang mag-watch at mag-comment later on kung may mga questions sa mga adding mo na mga grade 12 students kayo sa Baryongan National High School. Baka lang ha. Naririnig ba ako, Jerome? Bakit? Guys, naririnig ba ako? Clear sir, medyo okay lang konti. Okay. Okay. Pabibigang. Opo sir, sino si pabibigang? Okay, so maybe we can start now. Kindly, those who are present, kindly comment on your elective and your barangay, please. Kindly comment down your elective and your barangay so that we can deal with those who are present now. So, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon guys is all about how to accomplish your creative portfolio. Ayun, si Jericho is ABM. Jericho, just go on with your ABM. Kanina, pinag-usapan namin ni Ma'am Joanna regarding your competency. But since it's going to be home-based, we're going to deal with the elective that you have finished so that it will be aligned just the same with the competency na pipiliin namin in your list of activities. However, your preferred course may not affect also kung halimbawa kung ano man yung pipiliin namin sa list of activities mo. So, let just try to stick on your elective which is ABM. Any other? Sino si Pabebegang? Sino si Pabebegang? Joshua? Diyos ko, Joshua, naloka naman ako sa'yo. Bakit pa bebegang? Okay, pa-comment ako nung ano nyo guys, ng elective at saka ng barangay. Elective at saka ng barangay para maumpisa na natin kung anong unahin natin. Definitely unahin natin yung pinakamarami which is Humes. Okay, so I already have accomplished with me your yung list. Sana maipakita ko dito sa inyo. Hindi kasi pwedeng may pakita, hindi pwedeng i-share. So let's start with sino bang nandito. So obviously, complete and Nag-iisa naman anyway itong si ano, si Jericho under EBM system ng Abaryungan Unil. Okay, nandito na rin ang leader ng Kalapangan. Kasi ang Kalapangan has only one major which is Humes. So we're just waiting for Pauline is under Abaryungan Duar ka na, no, Pauline? Uray tagagattaran kan akit ipandakila ti Abaryungan Duarin. Si Joey, nakontak na kaya niya si ano, si Melad Alpha May? Okay, so your attendance will be checked hindi dito. I will be checking on your attendance later on, mamaya dun sa GC. You may have, you may comment on any concern as I discussed to you on how to accomplish your portfolio para hindi matsayang yung oras natin, okay? So, I'll start on the discussion of the accomplishment of your creative portfolio for work immersion. Now, for what is portfolio in the first place? Obviously, just like what I keep on explaining to you even before, that your creative portfolio will fall as your final output for your work immersion. Your portfolio or creative portfolio will show us the documentation or the evidences or on what are all your accomplishments for the 10-day work immersion under the scheme of home base. So since nagpalit na tayo ng scheme, originally we planned and we proposed, we even have finished conducting our parents orientation under school-based scheme of work immersion. However, due to the extension and initially due to the declaration of our MECQ in the entire Cagayan and its extension up to June 15, we came up with the decision that your work immersion will fall on or will be under the home-based scheme of work immersion. So just the same, all the activities that I have mentioned to you this morning will obviously be or totally be changed. Okay? Kasi obviously totally magkaiba siya kasi iba yung environment or working environment ng school at saka yung working environment ninyo sa bahay ninyo. So kung halimbawa, kung natatandaan ninyo doon sa list of activities nyo doon, on your first day, it was stated on your Annex C or on your list of specific activities that you have or there's a need for you to meet and greet on your work immersion supervisor. This time, it will going to be changed, as I said earlier or this morning during our meeting, that your work immersion, instead of Ma'am Nori, who happens to be our school head, will obviously be changed into your parents. So sila na ngayon ang ating mga work immersion supervisors. Now, on other activities that are specified or stated on your Annex C or the specific list are on the list of specific activities to be conducted or to be done, may mga changes ako doon because some of the competencies that I lifted from your elective subjects are not applicable or are not aligned in the scheme that we have chosen, which is home-based. So, upon the approval of your Ma'am Nori kanina napag-usapan namin na napag-usapan namin kanina na ano na papalitan namin together with the decision of course of our elective subject teachers. So for UMS it was wait lang may concern tayo sa ating GC. Wait lang guys ha. Wait lang. Yung iba nanonood lang, hindi sila maka-comment daw. Kaya I'm giving instructions to them to our GC. Wait lang guys ha. Okay. So as I was saying, okay. So as I was saying kanina guys, your list of competencies are already or have already been changed. That is why I need a total revision on your documents under your Annex C. However, hindi ko pa na-finalize kung ano yung mga specific activities because what I just lifted are the competencies that are indicated in your most essential learning competencies. So our focus this time is how are we going to accomplish your work immersion portfolio. So kung mapapansin ninyo guys, kanina lang, few minutes earlier, I have sent a soft copy or an e-copy of work immersion portfolio in our GC so that you have a basis on how are you going to accomplish your work immersion as you go through the process or as you go through the 10-day work immersion. Because as I said again, hindi madali mag-accomplish nito, especially if you're just going to do it after the 10-day period of your work immersion. I am suggesting that right after your tawag dito, your activities within the day, each one of you should now assign somebody in within your group to accomplish your work immersion write-ups. So, ang focus natin ngayon dito guys is paano tayo mag-shoot ng mga documentation or mga pictures ninyo doon sa portfolio ninyo. I'm sure yung ilan sa inyo is based on my survey kaninang umaga, I'm sure sa ilan sa inyo yung mga hindi marunong mag-edit ng mga pictures. I just hope that all your leaders are knowledgeable or familiar in editing pictures na hindi siya masisira or hindi magkakaroon ng problema later on dun sa printing. Kaya nga pinakita ko sa inyo during our first day nung yung ang tawag dito, yung hindi natuloy natin na work immersion, yung parang na-wow mali tayo na work immersion natin na parang ang nangyari kasi is kung mapapansin nyo doon, especially yung mga previous na work immersion portfolio natin, kung mapapansin nyo doon, at the digit pictures nga diwig itirupa na, nalapad una, tapos na arakab tirupa, kumbaga hindi niya na-depict yung actual scenario or actual na picture nung kinukuhanan natin ng documentation. What do I mean? There is a way on how to add a photo doon sa soft copy na gagawin ninyo. Paano? Okay. So, kung halimbawa maglalagay kayo ng picture doon sa write-ups ninyo, pwedeng doon sa taas ng picture, pwedeng doon sa baba ng picture, pwede dito sa side, pwede rin dito sa uh, right or left side ng write-ups natin. Paano? So, ang sinasabi natin dito guys, doon sa picture ninyo, kailangan nyo lang i-drag. Ang gagalawin nyo lang is yung sidebar ng picture. So, kung halimbawa, doon sa picture ninyo, wag nyo gagalawin yung parang, halimbawa kung, ano ko ba i-demo? Okay, so, mag-demo tayo ng ng improvise. Okay, so halimbawa ito yung picture, huwag kayong magdadrag dito sa taas, dito sa side, at saka dito sa baba or dito sa kabilang side. Ang idadrag nyo lang guys is itong side niya. Side dito sa corner. Yung side dito sa, ay yung corner niya dito or yung parang kanto niya, doon kayo mag-drag. So pwede nyong paliitin, pwede nyong palakihin. Depende dun sa preferred size na gusto nyo, doon sa pagsusyutan nyo ng inyong mga documentation. Later on, we will be conducting a separate meeting on this via Google Meet para may present ko sa inyo kung paano natin gagawan um, ng paano dito or paano natin gagawin na creative ang inyong work immersion portfolio. Hello sa iyo, RJ Jacinto. Pasensya ka na ha, we're having our work immersion orientation with my students in work immersion. Maybe later on, magpapalaro ako later on sa ibang live, not here kasi we're doing this as an emergency meeting kasi kailangan lang namin gawin ito ng rush. Eh, naghabol kasi kami ng time. So, I miss you, RJ Jacinto TV. So, going back to what I was saying, in one page, kung mapansin niyo dun sa yung pinaka-latest na portfolio, except yung mga previous ha, because para sa akin, mas accurate kasi yung ginawa ng mga pinaka-latest na pinaka kaya pala sabi ni RJ Jacinto. Pasensya ka na, Nakshi ha, pasensya na. But kung gusto mo manood, just watch. Pasensya na. Anyway, thank you so much for dropping by to my live. Okay, so yun yung sinasabi ko na parang mas magiging presentable on your work immersion portfolio na ilimit nyo yung picture na ilalagay ninyo doon sa write-ups per day. Kasi if possible, in one page, there should only be one documentation or there should only be one day in one page. Which means to say na nasa sa inyo yun kung paano nyo gagawin. Ano bang mas gusto nyo? Mas marami ba yung write-ups o mas marami yung pictures ninyo? The most so far na nakita ko at nagawa ng mga mga kuya ninyo is at least 6 pictures in one day. So halimbawa on your first day, you were able to identify or you were able to at least identify kung ano yung gagawin ninyo dun sa mga sarili-sarili ninyo ng bahay. Halimbawa, nilinis nyo yung garden ninyo, or halimbawa, you have documentation with your parents on the orientation proper, that falls under the day one. Hindi naman po pwede na in-orient nyo yung parents ninyo, day 10 na pala siya. Okay? And then, pictures or your write-ups should be well documented through the pictures that were actually taken during that day. Okay? So, kung kanina nasabi ko sa inyo na pwede nyo namang, halimbawa, try to be very considerate on the situation or on um, the schedule of your parents. Kung halimbawa during daytime, masyadong busy sila on their work or meron talaga silang mga importanteng gagawin, try to be considerate and do not force them to do what is exactly stated on your list of activities. But rather, try to be considerate and also try to reconsider the fact na mas importante yun kesa yung pagkuha ninyo ng mga documentation. Wag natin silang pilitin. Kasi baka mamaya, narigaton baka mapang-orda kayo iti naganak yo. Kaya baka makadulti silang yo. Masakit tayo matibakadulti silang. Okay. So, ulitin ko ha, in day 1, for example, or in any of the other days in the 10-day period of your work immersion, try to set a maximum number of pictures of at least 6 pictures only in one day. However, kung sa tingin ninyo kailangan talaga on that page, pwede kayong mag-exceed doon sa required na number of photos. But then again, as I said, para makatipid tayo ng papel, or makatipid din kayo ng write-ups. Baka mamaya yung iba sa inyo mahirapan pa tayong um, maggawa ng mga write-ups ninyo. So, wag nyo nang pahirapan yung sarili ninyo. Kung kaya ng apat, ng dalawa, wag lang naman isa. Okay? Wag lang naman isa. Maximum of at least 6, but minimum of at least 2. Okay? Para mas magiging presentable siya. But see to it na kapag nag-shoot tayo ng picture um, doon sa portfolio ninyo, see to it na gagawin nyo ng tama doon yung yung pag ang tawag dito, pag lagay ninyo ng mga pictures um, doon sa ating portfolio. Okay. Now, what are the other concerns, or what are the other inclusions that you need to accomplish in your or on your work immersion portfolio? So if we try to look at the sample that I have given to you, altogether, let's try to browse the sample. Kung kinakailangan na kung kinakailangan, wag niyo muna kayo mag-exit, guys. Anyway, I will be presenting anyway this as I said, on a separate meeting para mas makita ninyo kung paano mag-accomplish, especially the leaders who will be accomplishing all these things on for your group mates. Okay, so let's try to look on the table of contents of your work immersion portfolio. So there are three parts of your work immersion portfolio. Number one is the pre-immersion, and number two is the work immersion or the immersion proper. Okay? So, and of course, the last one is the post-immersion. So kung ano yung naumpisahan natin doon sa pre-immersion na natapos natin, as I said, na parang mali na work immersion natin, let us try to change or reschedule a pre-immersion orientation on a separate date after this orientation. Kaya hindi pa natin pwedeng isali muna yung mga parents ninyo on this orientation because hindi pa tayo tapos on our pre-immersion activities. Okay? So under pre-immersion, kung nagawa niyo na yung parang yung resume ninyo, now first is your resume. So I'm sure you all have your sample of your resume. Ang ilalagay na ninyo doon sa resume, as I said, totally mag-iba na siya because to whom are you applying for at that time was our school head, which is Ma'am Nori. But this time, it's going to be changed, as I said, which is going to be your parents. Number two is the application letter. So, i-edit nyo na lang kung ano yung nagawa ninyo doon sa dati na ninyong nagawa na application letter. Okay? So, our pre-immersion is composed or should be at least 3 days. So, there should be events on day 1, day 2, and day 3. Kung mapapansin ninyo, doon sa present ko before sa inyo, which we have merged into 1 day lang, kung mapapansin ninyo doon, may mga discussion of the different parts of the pre-immersion, like yung behavior or ethics towards work, accomplishing documentary entries, yung mga things like those are supposed to be included on your pre-immersion. However, since we are already doing this in a very short and a minimal time, maybe we can schedule all these activities in 1 day for siguro the most na is 2 hours. So that at least meron kayong mailagay on your pre-immersion activities. But just the same, we will do it virtually. Okay. And then the second one, then the last one is the interview skills. Dito sa interview skills natin dito, guys, we are going to incorporate or we are going to integrate the events on your interview skills on a scheduled basis because obviously since considering your number on your class, I cannot do it in 1 day considering na yung iba pa, I cannot do it virtually because obviously there are some of your classmates who are not or who are not able or who cannot connect virtually. So baka later on ako na lang pupunta dun sa mga bahay-bahay nila to conduct um, a face-to-face interview with them. Pero nasa sa inyo yan kung gusto ninyong face-to-face. Anyway, ang face-to-face naman is bawal lang siya if it's done collectively or in a group or considered as parang social gathering na siya. Okay, so siguro kung doon lang sa bahay ninyo, okay lang naman siguro yun. Maliban na lang kung hindi ako welcome sa mga bahay ninyo. Okay, kagaya for example ni Jericho, hindi ako welcome dun sa bahay nila Jericho kasi feeling niya kasi bubuhatin ko lahat mga plans niya. Di ba? Mahirap na. Hirap na hirap pa man din siya manguha ng mga plans dun sa Kadlug at saka sa Tarisan. Okay. Now let's move on to our work immersion proper. Okay? So ano yung mga documentation natin under work immersion proper? So the first one is the photo of immersion venue. So these are the same things that I was able to discuss to you. And for sure, all of you already have an idea on how are you going to accomplish this particular documentation under work immersion proper. Ano yung mga kailangan natin gawin dito? So, kung dati you already have started on labeling the different offices that you were supposed to be assigned in our school, this time, hindi nyo na kailangan lagyan ng label yung mga bahay-bahay ninyo. Siguro yung konting site or view lang ng bahay ninyo that will depict on how it looks like on how exactly it looks like yung mga bahay-bahay ninyo. So pwede yun yung ilalagay ninyo under your photo of immersion venue kasi obviously ang photo of ang immersion venue ninyo is yung mga bahay ninyo. So mamili na kayo ng gusto ninyo, ng choice ninyo kung saang view, pwedeng sa front view, pwede sa back view, sa side view, bahala na kayo. Basta ang makikita doon sa photo ninyo is yung bahay ninyo. Okay? So, kung halimbawa, doon sa school kasi, nagpicture kayo doon sa tapat ng door nila na may label na Office of the SHS Faculty, this time, huwag nyo nang lagyan ng gano'n. Baka mamaya maglagay kayo Residence of Jericho Aguada Florentino. Baka maglagay pa kayo ng gano'n. So, wag na. That's going to be OA. So, I'm sure naman makikita ninyo or hindi naman siguro kayo magsisinungaling na I mean, hindi naman siguro kayo mag-edit. Baka mamaya gawan nyo ng edit or ng memes pa yan ng mga kung ano-ano. Basta ang importante, maipakita nyo dun sa picture ninyo, yung picture ng bahay ninyo as your immersion venue. Another one is your organizational chart. So since you already have an idea on how to create or draw or draft an organizational chart, your organizational chart will now be contextualized into um, um, a different concept to that of a family tree. Okay? So, syempre makikita niyo doon sa organizational chart ninyo na yung parang composition of a family. Like, you have your mother, father, and ano yung function nila? Ano yung function nila doon sa bahay ninyo? And then yung function ng each one of the members of your family. So doon sa, for example, under your father, ano yung function niya? Under your mother, ano yung function nila? And the rest of the other siblings within your family. So para siyang guys, para siyang family tree, but you may have or you may create your own idea on how to come up with this documentation. So since the work immersion will be conducted on a 10-day period, the letter D here is the week 1 and letter E is the week 2. So, pwede nyo, instead of week 1, week 2, gawin nyo na lang under letter C, i-compose nyo na lang siya into day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, rather than week 1, week 2. Okay? Maliban na lang kung gawin nyo siyang chapter, gawin yung week 1, pero sa loob ng week 1, may day 1 to 5, then day 6 to 10 under week 2. Next is your daily time record. How are you going to accomplish your daily time record? So whichever will be finalized under your MOA and other documents that will be, which will, in there, I will be indicating to you the time, kung anong oras kayo mag-umpisa doon sa activities niyo, doon sa mga sarili ninyong bahay. But don't you worry guys, I will be providing you a daily time record bago tayo mag-start later on your work immersion proper or right after our pre-immersion activities. Okay, so the last documentation or document that you need to incorporate under Chapter 3 is going to be your supervisor's rating. Ano yung supervisor's rating? Magbibigay ako later on ng tool, ng evaluation tool sa inyong mga parents kung ano yung igagrado or ibibigay nila sa inyo ng grades on your work immersion activities in your respective balay-balay. Okay. Next, the last one is the post-immersion. Under post-immersion, what I need to see in this particular chapter is going to be your daily diary. It is noted and indicated on this chapter that on letter A there should be the weekly diary. But as I said, it's up to you if you are going to specify day 1 to 10, or you can also come up with a separate chapter which is composed of days 1 to 10. Okay? Yan na yung parang final draft or dapat yun na yung parang na-revise na or na-check na. So, sino na ngayon mag-check ng ano? Sino na ngayon ang mag-check ng grammar ninyo on your weekly diary? Your weekly diary should be individual. Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng individual? Klaruhin ko lang guys. Ang individual is, since you have separate houses, hindi naman po pwede na yung activity ni Jericho kaparehas ni Joey. Okay? Hindi po pwede yon dahil hindi naman sila magkasambahay at iba naman yung papagawa ng mga kanya-kanya ninyong parents. Okay? Magiging as one na lang siya later on kapag nag-compile na kayo for the printing and also for the bookbinding of your work immersion portfolio. So ulitin ko guys ha, hindi na ito per group. It will become or it will become a group effort during the completion of your or during the printing and the bookbinding of your portfolio. Okay, so initially, okay, doon sa sarili ninyong family, if you have knowledgeable others, dati nyo na kayo magpa-check sa, let's say, may mga knowledgeable people or others na kayo dun sa bahay nyo, baka may kapitbahay kayo na gusto nyo magpa-edit sa kanila, somebody na marunong mag-edit, syempre, or kung wala naman, pwede kayo magpatulong sa mga kapitbahay ninyo ng mga knowledgeable others, just like mga college graduates, basta anybody who you think pwede mag-edit dun sa grammar ninyo or dun sa content. Kasi yung content naman, the thought that you will be writing on your weekly diary, that's surely will no longer be questionable kasi that's your own account. I mean, that's your own personal experience. So, hindi na kami ko-contest dyan. Ang ko-contestin na lang namin dyan is on how are you going to write it down as your diary. So, po pwede mga college students or mga anybody, pwede niyong pagpatulungan on your work immersion documents or on your weekly diary. Okay? And then to be forwarded to your group leader, and then your group leader will eventually send it to me, and I'm going to finalize it para dati na nating i-shoot doon sa soft copy ng inyong mga portfolio. Another one is the other relative pictures or documents. What are the other relative pictures or documents? So, since you will be submitting all your requirements or all this via or I will be requiring you to submit your e-copy on this. As I said, if possible, matuto tayo. Kung hindi kayo marunong mag-edit ng mga pictures, feel free to ask me personally so that I can deal with it on a more casual or maybe on a more personal way para mas maituro ko sa iyo kung paano mag-edit later on ng pictures. So those are those can possibly fall under the other relevant pictures or documents. And then the last one is of course your reflections. Okay. Dito sa reflections guys, again, as I said, isa lang ang portfolio ninyo but you have to accomplish it individually. Okay. So since this is now the parang nawawala ako. Naririnig pa ba ako? Naririnig pa ba ako guys? Baka hindi na ako naririnig. Salita ako ng salita dito tapos hindi pala ako naririnig. Okay? So, this is now the complete table of contents for your work immersion. Naririnig, sir? Okay. Akala ko hindi na ako naririnig. Okay. No, so if you happen to have questions para hindi tayo matagalan dito sa ano natin, dito sa discussion natin, you may ask it here or if you are not or if you don't feel comfortable asking questions dito, pwede kayo mag-ask ng questions doon sa ating group chat so that we can deal with it better siguro. Or if you wish also to ask questions here, you may comment down your questions before we proceed to the next topic of our meeting for this evening. So meron ka bang question dun sa tinatawanan mo, Jericho? So that kung wala na kayong mga question, we can proceed to our last topic. Hi, hello, forever cute. I miss you too. Okay, so I have here with me the list of grade 12 GASI students per barangay. I already have identified with me yung mga groupings ninyo. So from i-recapitulate lang natin yung nagmeetingan natin this morning. For Abaryungan War, we have two groups. One group for STEM and another one group for UMS. Two groups also for Abaryungan UNEG. One group for ABM or STEM daw, sabi ni Jericho, and another one group for UMS. For Kalapangan, we only have one group, and for Kalasitan, I am not sure kung saan magpo-fall kasi dapat dalawang grupo. I think we have April ba and Krisha for Kalasitan. Okay. So, on our next okay, dito sa grupo ninyo guys, to the leaders, kindly identify and submit to me the list of members in each group so that, and then opposite to their names is kindly identify whether they are reachable, yung kaya natin silang i-reach out through or virtually, kaya natin silang i-reach out virtually, or so that if not, the leaders and of course I will be visiting them in their respective residences. Okay? So, wala pa kasi akong list kasi yung iba sa inyo hindi pa sila or hindi ko nasabi kasi kanina. So, mamaya after this meeting, I hope the leaders will now accomplish kung sino-sino sa mga classmates ninyo ang pupuntahan natin. Kunwari, Jericho, kunwari, hindi ka ma-reach para puntahan namin yung mo, yung garden mo, charot. Okay. So, yun. So our next topic is on how are we going to identify, okay? How are we going to identify yung mga concerns and problems na hindi pa natin na-enumerate kanina so that may align na natin siya later on dun sa specific activities natin. Halimbawa, for example, dun sa checking of attendance, you think all of you, okay, you think all of you can accomplish your attendance via Google Form? Yung iba kanina kasi, ang sabi is, yung iba kasi talaga, I understand clearly and absolutely na there are certain parts of your community na mahirap ang signal. That's why I keep on telling you this morning na gagawa natin yan ng paraan para naman hindi ma-deprive yung um, kagustuhan nila na makapag-comply dun sa papa-require natin. Because obviously, hindi naman tayo pwedeng gumawa ng isang bagay o magplano ng isang bagay na hindi naman applicable or hindi rin amenable dun sa present situation ng isa sa mga classmates natin. Okay, so kailangan natin mag-contextualize ng mga activities so that it will not also affect the completion of the compliance of any of your classmates. Okay? Oh, Jericho, do you have any problem? Do you have any question or okay. Fine. Okay? So kung wala na tayong question, guys, may mga questions pa ba? May mga questions pa ba? Buti pa si Christine Matas o laging online, lagi siyang active. Medyo mahirap-hirap ang signal dun sa kanila pero laban na laban si Christine Matas. Not 100% sure, sir. Baka may chance na makalimutan din nila mag-attendance. O, yun na nga. Yun na yung sinasabi natin. So, kung hindi if we cannot do it virtually, most probably can we also accomplish your attendance per group na lang? Yung DJ lang ang kakaruba? Kaya ba? Kaya natin gawin leaders? Kaya ba natin i-monitor? Ano ako na Si Jericho walang problema ito kasi may sana mo. Maliban na lang kung kukuha siya ng mga classmates dun sa mga naka-duty na sundalo sa kapitbahay nila. Ano, sino ba yung mga non-angel? Sa tingin mo, what do you think are possible problems on the virtual um, attendance? You think lahat kaya?
What about Joey? Oh my God. Joey! Nandiyan ka pa ba, Joey? Diyos ko, nagbagpit man ni Sir yun.
Make more time.
Okay, so... Anong yes? Anong yes, Angel Carbonell? Kaya? Kaya o kaya? Sorry. Kaya o kaya? Kaya o hindi kaya, Angel? Kasi ang problema lang naman, bakit parang nag-iba ang boses?
Ang problema lang naman natin kasi dito guys is yung mga walang or hindi naabot ng signal. Tsaka syempre yung mga hirap minsan na sorry for the word ha, but let's try to be more realistic. Yung mangilan-ngilan sa inyo na na parang nang walang pang-load for the day. Kasi we will be closing it at 5 p.m., di ba? Yun yung usapan natin. So how are you going to deal with that? Mas maganda sa isang grupo may mag-attendance na lang in behalf. Okay. So you mean, pwede nating i-conduct or pwede nating ituloy yung virtual na attendance through Google Forms, pero isa lang ang mag-accomplish. Parang ganun ba? But how are we going to reconcile the honesty of the attendance at kung ganun yung i-consider natin? Because if we can do, or if we are going to do that way, we're going to do that way, yung honesty or integrity ng kanilang attendance should already be the responsibility of the leader, siguro. Baka lang ha. That is if our leaders will agree. If the leaders will agree, then why not? Just like what I said, kayo ang magde-decide on this. What I am just doing is I am giving you a suggestion or suggestions or choices on how are we going to accomplish your attendance for your home-based work immersion. Anyone? Parang wala si Krisha. Nandito ba si Krisha? Or si April? April and Krisha. Ay, sino na yung isang leader natin sa Kalasitan? Krisha for ABM. What about for use? Sino na ulit yun, guys? Okay, so meron pa ba? Ay, si Claire pala. Oo, pala si Claire. Oh, so ganito na lang gawin natin. Anyway, nandito naman si Jericho, ganito na lang gawin mo since ikaw medyo malapit-lapit at medyo close sa kanila. Ganito na lang ang gawin mo. Doon sa doon sa attendance. Ay wait lang, hindi pala. Kay Amiel ko pala binigay doon sa mga naka-assign doon sa ating Office of the School Property Custodian. Pwedeng na lang natin. Pwedeng gawan na lang natin ng another copy but following the same template na lang siguro. And then yung leader na lang magpapa-assign doon sa mga members. Pero if possible yung mga nearby lang ha, yung mga neighborhood lang, mga kapitbahay lang. Ang kayong umadayo baka madamdam nakadadayo halimbawa baka mamaya ang magpapacheck ng attendance taga zone 7. Halimbawa si Corona or si Rainier, baka isudan to pa ng timapa nagpa-attendance yan ni Christine Matas. O, di ba? So, let's be more realistic and si Krisha pala. So, let's be more realistic and let's be more practical. Kung medyo malayo na kayo doon, wag na. Siguro kaming dalawa na lang later on ng leader niyo magpa-accomplish. Anyway, the whole duration of your work immersion naman, either I will be monitoring you. Hindi naman kailangan na daily na may monitor kayo eh. Kung depende lang later on kung may mga emergency na mga questions kayo na anyway optional naman yon kung halimbawa mag-conduct ulit tayo ng ganitong orientation or not. Hindi naman, guys, inaano ko ha, I would like to reiterate ang purpose lang naman natin dito, why we are doing it via YouTube Live is so that others also can see later on those of your classmates who were not able to connect in the internet or dito sa meeting natin. Okay, so I hope hindi maging issue ito sa atin. Baka mamaya mabombo radyo aketch. Okay. So, yun. Sa attendance, I hope na okay na yon. Maybe I can have, wala pang nag-add pala sa akin sa GC ninyo per group. Hindi pa ninyo ako ina-add sa GC ninyo sa group. So, may I request all the creators or the admin of the different GC in the different barangays and different electives to please add me so that if you happen to have questions or clarifications with regards to our orientation, I am very much free to provide you assistance or technical assistance. And with regards to time, pwede nyo lang akong i-message even until 12 midnight because late ako talagang natutulog. Wag lang sobrang aga kasi late din akong nagigising. Okay? Maliban na lang kung nandyan ako sa school kasi pag nasa school ako at meron akong or papasok ako sa school, that's the only time na na maaga akong nagigising kapilitan. Okay, so if you have already, or if you don't have any question, guys, maybe we can finish this live streaming. And I'm going to entertain your questions to our group chat exclusively. Kasi dito may mga ibang nakakapanood, okay? So, yun lang. I hope, guys, na naliwanagan kayo, magkaroon na kayo ng idea on what are we going to be doing or what are we going to do on your work immersion. So, sa ngayon, please wait for further announcement kung kailan ulit tayo mag-start on the pre-immersion because I need also to consult your subject or your elective subject teachers with regards to specific activities in your respective elective subjects. Okay, so if you happen to have questions, feel free to ask your questions and send me personal message, or you can also channel it through our group chat exclusive for work immersion concerns. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat sa inyo, guys. Sa mga nandyan na mga hindi ko mga estudyante, thank you so much for dropping by. To my CC, Forever Cute, I miss you to sis, and to RJ Jacinto TV, I miss you. Thank you so much, guys. See you all again soon. God bless. Bye.